So let's get started and everyone settle in. Whether you have some snacks or some popcorn or drinks, we're going to have some fun here. So we do want to ask some questions that some families are able to ask us ahead of time that wouldn't be able to join us today. And I want to start with the first one that is pretty cool, as they ask, what do you like to do outside of golf just for fun?
Sure. So I have two kids of my own, 6 and 4. And so I certainly spend quite a bit of time with them, just kind of, whether it's shooting hoops out in the yard or playing princess, whatever, with my daughter. I really actually enjoy doing some woodworking. So my dad was pretty handy. Growing up, I watched him build several things, and just with my personality, and I think you'll find this true with most professional athletes and golfers, that we're very meticulous, and we like things, we're kind of perfectionists with how we like things done. And so with woodworking, I can kind of transition. I can use that as well. Woodworking with measuring and making sure everything's precise and everything fits properly and looks the way you want it to look. And I just really enjoy kind of the nuances of it. There are just kind of, and this is true with all things in life, there are just kind of certain things that you would never, understand or know unless you kind of worked with wood and just kind of talk to people about it. And I just enjoy enjoy doing it. It's something that I can kind of do to take my mind off of golf and just kind of recharge a little bit. So I really enjoy kind of getting in the garage and doing that when I'm not spending time with the kids.
That's awesome. What's the coolest thing you've made out of wood? We saw on Twitter that you were working on a really cool STEM project. What is like one of your favorite things you've created?
Yeah, so I built my daughter a bed during the break. And so that was really cool. That was probably the largest scale project I did. It's kind of a house bed, so it comes up and has an A-frame, and it's not all filled out. It's all open air, but my wife had some kind of linen drapes or something, so it's all wrapped around it, and it looks like some fairy tale princess bed. And it has nice drawers and stuff like that. So I'm pretty proud of that. I feel like I did a really good job on that.
Wow, more than I can say. Congrats. Another question that came in yesterday, and I think this is a really fun one because a lot of us watch golf on TV, and we see you every now and then going into your bag and grabbing a little thing to eat. What are your favorite on-course snacks or meals that you take with you?
So I am not a health nut. I'm certainly trying to do better in that area. I've been paying attention a lot more to what I'm eating and the ingredients in what I'm eating. Like, just for instance, last night I went to Chipotle. I did not get queso, which is a big step for me. Big step for me. So no queso last night. So if everybody wouldn't mind patting me on the back for that, that was a big step. So, the tournament does a good job of providing bars and stuff. So, I'll have a bar there. Banana. I love bananas. This week there's some really good beef jerky that you can get some quick protein. But every now and then I'll slip a bag of Doritos in there.
Oh, what kind?
I just like the straight nacho, the original kind of red bag, but I like Cool Ranch too. You find the Cool Ranch every now and then. It's a nice little change of pace.
Once you get started on a big bag, you can't stop with the Cool Ranch.
Yes, totally agree. Totally agree.
You, by show of hands, like Chipotle or Doritos and Cool Ranch? Raise your hand. Either one. Look at that, everybody.
Absolutely. Man of the people. Love it.
That's really cool to hear. We just got a question that came in from Ollie. What is your favorite golf club to use?
Ollie, good question. I love the putter. I know that's maybe a boring answer, but when you hit a putt the way you want it and it rolls on the ground correctly and it's just like, because there's anticipation, right? Like, it's like a movie, a slow motion movie in a sense. It's going. Is it going to go in? And when you hit it the way you want to and the ball goes in, that's a pretty rewarding feeling. So I like the putter, Ollie.
Great question, Ollie. There's a thumbs up, you said. I would say, what's your favorite celebration when you make that long putt? Is it just a fist pump? I see.
Brilliant.
Yes.
So I kind of have my own little deal. It's called a finger snap. Do you know? Are you familiar with this? And also, like, I give it one of those.
There you go.
So
Ollie,
that's
you
kind
just
of my
start
fist
doing
pump.
that.
That's kind of my fist pump. So it's just the Chesson kind of twist on celebrating.
New thing. Any patient or family that goes out golfing, now that you've met Chesson, anytime you hit a putt, you have to do the finger snap.
That's right. That's right.
Masonic. I love it. We've got a lot of questions that came through on this one, and everyone wants to know if you ever hit a hole in one.
This is no, never. And that's so lame.
It's okay.
Don't think less of me. I promise you I'm good. And like, I hit a lot of good shots. Maybe this week. Maybe this week. You guys tune in Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Hopefully I'm gonna grab one. I'm gonna grab one for you.
You'll follow up with a double finger snap.
There you go. Yes, absolutely. You will see me celebrating.
Awesome. These are great questions, everyone coming in. Here's another one that just came in recently. I think this is awesome. Do you have a ritual before your golf tournament or before you go out on the course?
No, I'm not, sorry, I'm about to yawn, but I think professional athletes can be somewhat superstitious, but I think all of us have a routine. And I think that's really important to being successful, not only on the golf course, but off the golf course. I think it's really important to have a routine and how you do things and just kind of life in general. So, I just have a routine that I do. Most days I'll get out there I'll get to the course about 2 hours before my tee time. So if I tee off at, let's call it 8 o'clock, I'll get to the course at about 6 o'clock. I'll eat, I'll sit down, I'll make sure I'm not in a hurry. I don't want to feel rushed. So I'll sit down and eat and then kind of maybe make a game plan for the day with regards to, where flags are and stuff like that. And then I'll get out to the range about an hour before my tee time and I'll hit some chips. Then I'll go to the range and I'll hit some balls for probably about 30 minutes. And then I'll putt for about 10 minutes and I'll go to the tee. That's kind of my routine ritual, if you will.
Someone just asked a question following that. Do you ever get tired of golfing all the time?
Yes, absolutely. Golf is my job. It's very easy to, when I was y'all's age growing up, you just, it was just fun. I loved it. And I still do. I love golf. I still get tickled, when I execute something the way that my mind, envisioned it. That just never gets old. But I certainly, there are aspects to everybody's job that is not fun. And, sometimes it is a job and it's not a lot of fun, but those are the days where you just got to make the most of it. You got to make lemonade out of lemons. That's just kind of what it's all about. You got to, I haven't been on, I'm getting old. I'm 33, but in my short time on this earth, I've learned that it's not so much, life is not so much about what happens to you as much as how you react to what happens to you. So that's just kind of what it's all about, making lemonade out of lemons. So some days you just got to do that.
Great lesson for all of us. Thanks for that. We appreciate it. That's what we'll remember. Another thing that was interesting was if you could play any other sport other than golf, what would it be?
I've got some height. I'm 6'4", so I'm tall, but that would probably be below average in the NBA, but
power forward.
Yeah. I need to throw on about 75 pounds too, if I'm going to get down there in the post with those guys. I have really good hand-eye coordination. So I think I would have really enjoyed tennis, I believe. I never really gravitated towards that sport, but I could see that being something that I do as I get older.
Andrew, I saw you do a thumbs up. How many of you play tennis out there that are live right now on this? Oh, there we go.
There you go. Cool.
Awesome. This was a funny thing that just came through. Someone just texted me and said, you're from North Carolina. We had 26 patients come from North Carolina that we took care of in the last year at Masonic Children's Hospital. So that's an interesting factor figure from the hospital. Wow.
Very cool.
Thanks for that. This is a really cool question. I think you kind of talked a little bit about it, but how old were you when you really started golfing? And was it a family sport, or was it just something you wanted to do personally?
So I was really athletic when I was a kid. I was all about having a ball or something in my hand and being outside doing stuff. So, just sports in general I loved them. And, I played basketball and baseball and soccer. And it really wasn't until I was probably I did play golf as well as sports. I'm sorry, all these notifications are coming through right now, and I have no idea why. Sorry. And and so I just kind of, when I was around 10 years old, that's when I kind of started gravitating. I started kind of shutting some of the other sports down and really focusing on golf. And it was because of my dad. My dad, nobody in my family has done anything in college with the sport. My dad just, that was just something we did. And my dad and I are really close. And that was something that I loved doing, was just going out to the country, Northridge country clubs where I grew up playing. I would go out to the course with him, and he would just set me free. Right. It was a safe place. I would tee it, I would smoke it, and I would go find it, and I would just run. I wouldn't even get in the car with him. I would just run, and I'd meet him on the green and go to the next hole. And those are some of my fondest memories, was growing up doing that with him. And, even to this day, I'm 33 and he's, 59. I still love playing golf with my dad. That's just something I love doing. And I want to do that with my son. It might not necessarily be golf, but, I want to find something that him and I can, make some memories over.
That's awesome. Really cool. Would you say you would grip it, rip it, and run today, or do you think if the drives are too far, that will take you longer than by cart?
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. Another question that came in was, are you good friends with your caddy, or is it a family friend?
So I actually just recently switched caddies, and a caddy can be really, really helpful to a player, as far as, sometimes we get so wrapped up in what we're doing, we might not see something that, could be penal to us, that could, cost us a shot or two. And so it's really helpful to have a caddy that can kind of stay in the moment and not get ahead or behind, and just kind of help you see some things. And actually, Webb Simpson, everybody know who Webb Simpson is?
Playing really good right now.
Yes, he is. Webb and I grew up playing golf together. He's a little bit older than I am, but he's from Raleigh as well. And that's where I'm from and I live now. And so he's obviously a really, really good player. So I talked to him about this, trying to help me find a caddy that, can help maximize, my potential. And so this is his very first week. I never met him up until, a couple of days ago when we started working together. And, he's just a friend now. He lives in Charlotte, and we're going to give it a go this week, see if we can't get in contention, and see if we can't take home the trophy.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll be cheering for you. I'll tell you that. Tess, another question that came up, and I don't know how to put it right, is who is your biggest competition this year from a patient or family friend?
At the moment, I would say it's kind of been myself. I've been playing pretty good. I've been close. I've been really close to playing some really good golf. I would say I have been playing some really good golf. It just hasn't quite materialized yet in some of the scores that I feel like I've been close to shooting. So if I can and that's one of the reasons why I got a new caddy, was if I can just find a way to save a shot here or there, that makes a huge difference in a lot of areas. And so that I would say myself at the moment. And after that, typically you're just playing the golf course. You're just trying to beat the hole. You're not playing an individual or, somebody in your group or anything like that. It's you're just trying to beat the golf course, right? You're trying to beat par. Par is who you're trying to beat. So, but I'm close. I'm feeling dangerous. That's what I'd like to say. I'm feeling dangerous right now.
There we go. Another question came in. What is your favorite golf course to play?
Pebble Beach.
Whoa.
That's an easy one. If any of you ever get the opportunity to go out to the Monterey Peninsula, that's where Pebble Beach is, and it's a public golf course, so you can park and you can go walk around. You don't have to be playing golf to walk around there. It's the most beautiful place I've ever been, and I would play there. If I had one more round of golf to play, it would be on Pebble Beach.
Just a question came in. Did you ever go to the hospital as a kid?
You know, I have been fortunate. I never had to go to the hospital for a broken bone or anything. I certainly went as a kid to visit maybe, my grandparents who had surgery or something like that. Or maybe just to go we went as a church. I went to church growing up, and our youth group would go to, would go to church, go to the hospital, and maybe, sing Christmas carols or just kind of just go and just, try and be a positive influence and shed some light on the hospital. And so that's kind of really the majority of the time that I've spent in a hospital.
Awesome. Someone just asked, what is your favorite thing to do with your kids?
Ooh, so right now we're kind of on a Disney movie kick right now with everything that's been going on. Obviously, we've been spending more time indoors, and we signed up for Disney Plus, and so we've been going back through kind of all the movies I watched growing up. That the Disney movies are so different now. They're obviously amazing with the animation, and my daughter's 4 years old, so we're big into Frozen, big time. I've watched Frozen 2 maybe 20 times the last 60 days. So I can sing every line and quote. I can sing every song and quote every line. But we've been really enjoying just kind of sitting down as the day winds down and just kind of watching a movie. Peter Pan. We watched Peter Pan the other day, and they really like that. So that's kind of what we've enjoyed doing.
It's a classic, and it's funny. We actually have a round robin coming up to finish our interview with you, and a Disney question showed up that we're going to be asking you. So it'll be interesting to see.
Nice. Okay.
Okay. Speaking of, when you're talking about singing, one of our families follows you on Twitter, and Chesson has 19,000 followers. I have 500. So it shows you how popular he is and how famous he is compared to some of us. But they mentioned that you sound like Bradley Cooper in a Star Wars.
Thank you. Thank you. Do I also, is it you, Amanda, that just followed me on?
Yep.
Is that you who followed me? I feel like I saw her. I don't know. I saw her the other day, but as I would like to think that I sound like Bradley Cooper and also look like Bradley Cooper. I mean, he's a good looking dude. Got to be honest with you. I would have no problem being compared to Bradley Cooper in any way. But no, that was fun. That was actually the U.S. Open after the U.S. Open at Pebble Beach last year. I just, I had a really good finish, and I like being weird. And so I just kind of threw a shallow in there, and I just started letting it go. And my wife kind of filmed it. And so I just felt like that was something everybody should be a part of. So I shared it on social media.
We all sound so good when we're in our cars, but you actually have it recorded, and you sound really good. You do.
No, oh my gosh, that's one thing that I have figured out is that I don't sound nearly as good as I think I sound. Yeah. But that's not stopping me from singing anyway.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Amanda, for letting us know that up there, and we appreciate giving us the inside information on Bradley Cooper wannabe. I love it. This question just came in. Is this your first time playing golf in Minnesota?
No. So last year was my first year. I've been to a lot of the 50 states in the U.S., but Minnesota was not one that I had been to until last year. So I got to cross that off my list, and I love it up here. So after the 3M championship was over July 4th last year, and so my birthday is July 5th. So we just hung up here. We actually drove, I think, a little bit north, and my in-laws and my family, we rented a cabin up there on one of the lakes. I think you have a few lakes in Minnesota, so we picked one, and we had a great time. Gosh, it was beautiful. So I really enjoy being up here, especially during the summer. I might not come during January, but I'm really enjoying my time in July.
Glad we hear that. We're the same way. That's why when summertime comes and the spring and fall hit as well, we are outdoors 24/7. That's what I bet so. And most of us, how many of you have cabins? Any of you have cabins that are on the call right now? Yep. There you go.
Nice.
That's the thing we do. Well, I think what we'll do is we've got a rapid fire question round, and then we'll kind of end this and let you go win the 3M Open tournament. And we'll be cheering for you, obviously, and hope that you can bring home the trophy and you know, really wish you the best success. So the final question before we go to rapid fire is, if anybody, what would you say to our patients and families that want to get into golf, or what are some tricks of the trade that would inspire them to be better golfers?
You know, I think golf, I'm certainly biased, but I think golf is the greatest sport in the world because it's a sport that you can play up until you're 80, 90. I mean, like, you can play it your whole life. And it's for all skill sets. And, you know, I think it's just about getting out there and, you know, you don't have to take it as seriously as I've taken it. It's an incredible skill just to be good at. I think it'll help you. And, you know, cause I think sports in general help you, just kids, just teach you certain things, teach you discipline and patience and integrity and honesty. And certainly all that stuff is a part of golf. It's a self-governed game. So I call penalties on myself. There isn't a referee out there, you know, watching me. I call the penalties on myself. It's a game of integrity and honesty. And, you know, that stuff goes so far in life. And obviously those character qualities are important, but I think the game of golf in general, it has helped me meet people that I would never have otherwise had the opportunity to meet. So whether you are trying to play golf professionally or just enjoy it, I think it's an amazing sport that can take you places that you might not otherwise been able to get to. It certainly has done that for myself. So I think you just need to get out there and do some practicing, work hard, believe in yourself, and I think good things will happen. I know good things will happen.
Awesome. Thanks for that. Okay, here we go. We're going to do rapid fire and let you go on your way.
Okay.
Xbox or PlayStation?
Neither.
Oh, not a video game person.
I'm lame. iPad.
It's okay. Our patients and families love video games. Pizza or tacos?
Pizza. Easy money. Pepperoni.
Pepperoni. There we go. Dogs or cats?
Dog. Golden Retriever.
Beach or amusement park?
I think the beach is lame. I'm so sorry. There's nothing to do at the beach. You just sit in the sand and sand gets on you and you're sweaty. I mean, I'm a mountain person or a lake person. Lake.
There you go. That's a good answer.
I'm a lake guy.
And then 2 more, hot dogs or hamburger. Summertime in Minnesota.
Oh, man. I mean, if it's lunch, hot dog. If it's dinner, hamburger. That's such a political answer, isn't it?
Okay. We eat them both. That's why you put both on the grill.
Okay.
And then finally, Frozen 1 or Frozen 2? Look at people.
I kind of like Frozen 2 now. Like, the more I watch it, I'm kind of like, I like this. You know, there's a lot of magic and spirits and all that type stuff, and I'm not totally into that. But I think Frozen 2 is really, I like it. I think it's really cool.
Awesome. Well, we want to thank you for giving us the time to ask these awesome questions. You are now part of the University of Minnesota Masonic Children's Hospital family. I think what we're going to start doing now is we're going to create our own little celebration. Every time we see you on the golf course or see you on TV, can we give everybody, Chesson, a thank you and a double snap? That's going to be our thing for his single snap. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thanks, Chesson.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you having me on. I enjoyed chatting with everybody.
Good luck this weekend.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
You got it. See everybody.
Bye.
Bye.